What if the wedding you thought would take years to plan could actually come together in just 6 months? And what if your stress levels and your bank account were better off for it too? In this episode, I sit down with Daisy, venue director at the Post Barn in the UK, to unpack the rise of short lead time weddings and what it really means for couples today. You're going to learn why more people are ditching the 2-year planning timelines, how to avoid the overwhelm of decision fatigue, and the smart ways to work with venues and suppliers when the clock is ticking. If you've ever wondered whether you really have to wait 18 months to say I do, the short answer is no. And Daisy has the 30-minute answer right here, plus a few cautionary tales to keep you on track. Let's get stuck into it. Unbridely is a community of pro-wedding vendors who believe in freedom and integrity in weddings, giving you options, solutions, tips and tricks to create the experience and memories that you and your fiancé really want and deserve. Because we believe that weddings are a team sport. With how-tos, stories and interviews with recently married couples, we find out what went right and what they'd change if they could go back and do it all over again. I'm Camille and welcome to the Unbridely podcast. Hi, Daisy. Thank you so much for making the time to join me because I know you're on the other side of the world. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good morning from me. Good evening to you.
Daisy, I know a little bit about you, but I deliberately didn't dig too far because, I hear that you can talk the leg off a chair, and so I thought I'd give you the opportunity. So, please share who you are, where you are, and what you do.
Amazing. So I am Daisy. I am venue director at the Post Barn, which is in Newbury, Berkshire, United Kingdom. I have been doing hospitality since I was 15 and specifically weddings for 15 years. And I live and breathe all things weddings and love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just about pressed record and you dropped a bombshell. You just got married.
I did. I just got married 3 months ago.
Talk to us.
It's so surreal being on the other side of it. I think we spend our lives kind of talking couples off a cliff and advising them and being stress absorbers. And then when it comes to your own wedding and you're in the industry, you kind of go, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? All the advice is out the window and it becomes really, really chaotic and quite stressful. But here I am, and every day I go home and I'm so grateful to be married and not planning my own wedding and planning everyone else's.
Because it's over. Yay.
Yes.
Any advice as a freshly married person?
I think it's really tough when you get married because everyone has so much advice and then it's really difficult to take your own advice or to listen to it. I would say prioritize you as a couple over everything. That everyone's going to have an opinion. Everyone is going to try and want to make the day about them. But ultimately, it's about the two of you, and everyone is there because they love you and they celebrate you. So enjoy it. Take one night a week that isn't about the wedding and have dinner, watch a movie, and be the two of you. And especially the month before the wedding, because that's brutal. It can be really stressful.
Yeah, that's really good, Daisy, because you are the wedding planner of your own wedding, unless you hire someone, of course. You get overwhelmed and then it's just saturation point. And then you must hear Absolutely. It all the time. Couples going, I just want it to be over.
I know, and it's so sad. And I totally got that point. I was like, well, I want to be married now. I want this to be done. And that's really sad because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And on the day, it's so true. It goes so quickly. And we're really keen when we plan with our couples, we make sure we build in pockets of time, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, just to be the two of them. And I'm so grateful that our walk back from the church on our wedding day was about me and my husband. And we had our couples photos and we went and during the wedding breakfast, walked down the side of the marquee and watched all of our loved ones in there. And that was really special for us.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. So Daisy, yes, you live and breathe weddings and know the ins and outs, and you would have seen, on the other side of the planet, and I've seen it over on my side, the ebbs and flows, the trends, what couples are doing, what they're not doing, what they're focusing on. And do I understand correctly that you are also seeing over in the UK a trend of couples really shortening the lead time for planning weddings. And, for when I started 17 years ago, is that right? Yes, it is. No.
The years just go, right? I
oh my
still
God,
feel like, especially pre-COVID age.
Wow. Yeah, okay. So when I started 17 years ago, couples were planning, like a short lead time was 12 months and more regular was 18 months. And it's just compacted. Like, is this what you're seeing in the UK?
Yeah, massively. I think since COVID, everything we knew about the industry has changed. Everything couples are wanting has changed, and what the day looks like is very different. We are particularly seeing couples getting engaged and coming to us with a 6-month lead time, some people with a 3-month lead time, but kind of on average, we're looking kind of 9 to 12 months now is really where we're at. And I think COVID has a lot to answer for.
Yes.
We're in this strange period now where the average engagement is 3 to 4 years, or you're together with someone 3 to 4 years before you get married. But in COVID, people didn't meet. So we have this strange period that people lost 2-3 years of their life. They weren't able to date, they weren't able to meet. And so they started meeting after COVID, and everyone's kind of gone, oh God, I'm getting a bit older. Like, should we do this? Let's do this. Let's just get married. And taking that long engagement, taking that long wedding planning and going, right, this can't be that hard, can it? Let's go for it. How can we do this?
Let's get this thing going.
Yeah. And they're doing it within 6 to 9 months and having amazing days. But really, the only way they can do it is putting their trust in their suppliers and having the best people around them.
Yeah. So, okay, I get why they're doing it. That makes a lot of sense. That makes an awful lot of sense. There's so much going on in the world at the moment. And I feel like with COVID, we all learnt a massive lesson. And it's like, life is short.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do what you need to do it now. Don't make apologies.
That's it. Yeah.
Go.
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like, couples are just going, are we doing this? Yes, we're doing this. Why are we waiting? I don't know. Let's go.
Yeah.
With such a massive shift, I mean, couples don't know because most of them are just doing it the once, of course, but we're seeing this trend as, people in the industry. What do you think the benefits are for couples having this shorter time frame? And, well, are there any benefits?
I think definitely are benefits. I don't think you have as much time to stress. And I think that when you see couples that plan a 2-3 year long wedding, by the time they get closer to the wedding, they're so stressed because what they planned 2 years ago might not be what they wanted now, and the trends have changed. And have they bought the right dress, and have they got the right centerpieces, and do they want to change their color scheme entirely? And now people don't have that much time to do it. They look at what the wedding trends are. They either go classic and traditional or stick with the wedding trends that year, and they go for it. And we've introduced this new package called the all-inclusive package. So we've tried to do everything except your photographer. I think photographers are very, very personal to a couple, but we've got florists, we've got cake, we've got DJ, we've got photo booth, we've got food, we've got drink, all wrapped up into one, to try and take that stress out of the couple's journey, that they just have to tell us their color scheme and their favorite flavor of cake, and we will go for it and plan their wedding for them. And I think a lot more venues are trying to make that journey easier for them, because it's a wonderful thing to be able to plan a wedding in 6 to 9 months, but you have to kind of not change your mind too much. Whatever you start with is going to be what you end with. You can't suddenly go, oh, but no, I did want the purple flowers, and it's a week before the wedding, and you're going, oh goodness, we can't change that now. It's all ordered.
We're on the train. There's no stopping.
The bus is moving. You're on it.
We're going. That's great. So you need to. I guess it just makes you more decisive, doesn't it? There's just not the room to procrastinate and pontificate. And
if people aren't available to come, they aren't available to come. You can't change it by that point.
Yeah. And you think that's a benefit?
Yeah, sometimes. Depends who it is.
I think it is. And we're seeing, because of that, smaller numbers as well. like smaller guest numbers. Are you
Yes.
feeling that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think our average numbers used to be kind of about 90 people per wedding, and now we're looking at about 70 people per wedding. And it's interesting, we're not seeing as many evening guests coming, which we saw before. And I think people are kind of looking and going, actually, I want all the A-list. I want them there all day. I'm not going to have the kind of B-list. And we are only seeing people coming if it's a weekday wedding. We have some additional evening guests, but not as many as we used to see, and less numbers for the all day as well.
Yeah, it's just fascinating. Okay, so it can be really good because you don't have time to stress as much. Do you think there are any other benefits for couples having this shorter lead time?
I think it depends where they're at in their life, particularly ladies over 35. They are kind of just going, right, let's go and go ahead and do it. And I think that you can get a lot better deals out of people for short lead times. Definitely budget concerns that I think we've always kind of said the closer the wedding date, the more likely we are to look at being a bit flexible on the price.
Yeah, yeah.
I think when someone's planning for a 2027 wedding and asking for discounts, we're going, we can't do anything on that. But if they want to get married in 4 months' time, we might be a bit flexible.
Yeah, of course. To fill those gaps in your calendar as a venue. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Oh my gosh, this is looking really good. Okay. So what do you think the flip side is of that? Like, where are couples, do you think, perhaps missing out by jamming it all into 9 months?
Yeah, I think it depends what you've always dreamt of, and is that what you want now? Couples that want to DIY everything with a 6-month lead time, we would always advise not to, because you just don't have the time. And trying to plan a wedding and have a full-time job or have a family and please everyone in that period of time, you're not going to have time to be hand making every single personalized favor. You're not going to have the time to make all of your signs. So I do think that's something that has to give with your short lead time, that you might be the most creative person, but you might just have to go, actually, someone else could do this for me.
Yeah, I can imagine that. You'd have to let that go. I was like out in the backyard for our wedding. Our wedding anniversary is Saturday, and it's going to be 11 years for my husband.
Oh, amazing.
It was winter over here. And yeah, I was out in the backyard in the middle of winter making like centerpieces for our table. I don't know what I was thinking. You get a special brand of crazy, I think, when your wedding's coming. But yeah, you don't have time. You don't have time to do that.
Completely. You get a bit crazy about this. I was shoving flowers into balloons and making giant balls of ice the night before the wedding.
Yeah, why? Because you as a wedding venue owner wouldn't.
Oh, I don't 100%. And I would advise anyone not to. But no. For me, that was the most sensible thing I could be doing at midnight the night before the wedding.
Yeah. Do you know what? Strangely, I completely understand. Okay. Don't do the DIY thing. What about, for wedding guests? Like, as you said, if they can't come, they can't come. There's no sort of shuffling around of the date because you've got, a 6-month window to play with. I'm guessing you just pick your season and go.
Yeah, and it's tough, particularly if you choose in school holidays and people with kids have already got their holidays planned. They're not going to suddenly change all of their summer plans to be there for your wedding. So I think you do have to be prepared to make a sacrifice. Occasionally that could be a good thing for you, but it could be a negative thing for you. And I would say before you book your date, check the people that are your non-negotiables can make that date. And then everyone else can come or not come, and they can celebrate with you retrospectively if they need to.
Yeah, you're right. It's the A-list that you need them there. You want them there.
And you want to celebrate that moment. And my mind has changed a lot after 15 years of being unmarried to be married now. I'm kind of going, oh God, you really want them there. That's really important. You want to look at their faces as you walk down the aisle. You want to dance with them in the evening. You want to see their smiling faces when you sit at dinner.
Yeah. It changes everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so good. What other unexpected challenges do you think couples might need to have a think about if they're just sitting there going, okay, I've got a dartboard and I've got a dart. Let's choose a date.
Yeah, the dress. The dress is the big one.
Oh, yes.
I would say you probably will need to buy off the rack, off the peg for it. But there are many places. I didn't choose my dress until middle of January this year, and I got married at the end of May, and it was absolutely fine, and it was made for me, and it was wonderful. So it depends what you want. I don't think you have that much time to be indecisive about it. You're not going to be visiting 12 dress shops and trying on 100 dresses. You really need to kind of narrow down what you want. And I would say going to a dress shop that lets you try on lots of different dresses in every single shape so that you know what shape you're looking for really helps. And then you can go from there.
Yeah, narrow it down. That's really good, Daisy. You still haven't written your vows yet, have you? Let me help. In around 20 minutes or so, you can easily write personalised wedding vows unlike anything you've heard before that will make your fiancé feel like the most loved, understood and appreciated person on the planet. The How to Write Wedding Vows That Don't Suck instant download 17-page PDF ebook walks you through a step-by-step format for your vows, how to find the right words and phrases to describe your feelings and your fiancé, how to write that crucial first draft, and create your final wedding vows masterpiece. So if you don't know how or even where to start, if you've been Googling your little heart out, or if you've been calling them wedding vows, AEIOU, this ebook is for you. Included in there are also some bonus secrets for getting the most out of your wedding ceremony. So make sure you download your copy right now and get Write Your Wedding Vows crossed off your to-do list today. The link is in the show notes. So in your experience, how do you think couples can negotiate the best deals when they're so close to their wedding date and they're going out and they're chatting with, venues first?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think most venues are quite open with pricing now. In my personal opinion, if you're not showing your prices, people aren't going to inquire with you because they don't want to have to enter into a conversation to find out whether they can afford you. So I think most places are showing their prices. They're not necessarily showing all of their late availability discounts. So I would say it's worth entering into conversations with them. And even from your first inquiry saying, are you offering any late availability discounts? We're looking to do this in a short lead time. We've got 6 months. What can you do? And if a venue's going to say this is a kind of our best price and it's their list price, you're probably going to go, oh, well, actually, I think I could probably get a better deal elsewhere. And the difference is there's so many beautiful venues, particularly in the UK, I'm sure it's the same in Australia, that we are a beautiful, purpose-built, lovely events barn and we're light and airy, but there are amazing other barns out there and you've got to capture them kind of from that first inquiry. They don't want to have to go backwards and forwards for 7 emails to find out that they get a late availability discount. So you need to be quite upfront and honest that if you get an inquiry in 6 months and you want that booking and you're not going to fill that date otherwise, as a venue, put yourself out there, straight up offer them a discount, see where they want to go, or offer them something extra. It might be that you offer a dressing room included, or you offer a complimentary canapé upgrade, something that gives them a bit more for it's a bonus for getting married in a short lead time.
That's a great perspective, Daisy. It's funny, chatting with a venue owner who, I mean, obviously you're a very proactive vendor. Like, it's funny. I feel like there might be different brands of vendors who maybe lead with their ego a bit, who maybe think that they deserve, I don't know, a certain couple, a certain amount of money in exchange for whatever product or service they've got. And unless those exact conditions are met, then there's no deal. And the vendor will walk away. Whereas you're like, okay, if I don't have anything on the books, then maybe I really want them. Maybe the couple really don't want to run around, for a couple of weeks to sort something out. What if we could just cut to the chase? And it's really strange because I've seen the full circle of giving really good service, actually offering, a really good value for money package for a couple suited for them and their needs, to going to a really ego-driven market where everyone thought that they were a bit special just before COVID. And then the leveler of COVID.
Yeah.
It's like no one's special.
Yeah.
Events aren't on. You're done. You're done.
Yeah.
And then everyone having to earn that trust and respect and everything back again. But obviously that's just inherently in your natural way of doing business, Daisy. Is that something you've always done?
Yeah, I think that I've always wanted to put the couple at the forefront of what we do. I think I've always said what we do and don't do in a wedding journey and on a wedding day affects the outcome of the happiest day of someone's life. And that's such a privilege to be a part of that. And all of our team here in particular are really passionate about our couples and wanting them to have the best experience from the moment they walk through our doors for their first experience as a show round, to their first dance, to when they collect the morning after. We want them to feel special. And I think everywhere I've worked, every wedding venue I've had, that's really been it for me, because without them, there isn't a wedding. Without them, there isn't our business. And yes, we can get the bridezillas, the groomzillas, the mother of the bridezillas, but ultimately they're there for the happiest day of their life and we get to be a part of that.
I can hear that you're actually grateful for that. And it's like, my gosh. I meet and chat with a lot of wedding vendors all over the world, and 9 out of 10 of them, I filter and I make sure that we're showing the best of wedding vendors as well and the best that they can be. But yeah, it's like you've just left your needs, your egos at the door, and you're ready to serve. It's so refreshing, Daisy. Thank you.
And the same for the suppliers. We love our suppliers, that we feed them, we give them drinks. They don't have to come to us and going, oh, please, could I have a glass of water? We're
please,
like, absolutely. You want a Diet Coke? Come on, let's go. Cappuccino latte. You're getting a 3-course meal with us. You'll be looked after. And it makes such a difference.
Yeah, because vendors would actually want to work at your venue.
That's it. And then they recommend us.
And they'll go out of their way for you as well, which then helps the couple. I wish that more people had that sort of mindset as well, Daisy, that couples knew that that's how it all works, people helping people. So then, they'd pick the right venue who then looks after their vendors. The vendors look after them. Happy days.
That's it.
Because it doesn't have to be difficult.
No, and depending on what sort of organisation you work for, what the kind of ethos of the company you're in, it can be. And it's very much led from the top, I think, with any organisation. And if they're just get them in and get them out, the couple are going to feel that.
Yeah.
Whereas we're trying to make sure they don't come to us and feel like a number. That to us, they're all part of our story. They're part of the Postbarn story. We've been open 4 years. We do these amazing Valentine's dinners where our past couples come back and we write them love notes of how many days they've been married and kind of put them back into our Postbarn story, which is the most special night of the year for me, I think.
I bet. That's bloody beautiful. I love that. Well, then to that end, Daisy, how do you think a couple knows when they've come across, let's just work with, venues here. Mm-hmm. How do they know when a venue's really going to look after them? What should they be looking out for?
I think the questions are, how big is the team when they come in? Who's going to be looking after their wedding? Now, we have a team of 4 sales and planning in our kind of sales team, and it's always going to be one of them. We will never kind of agree who it exactly will be because things change, and It's so difficult in the wedding industry that we're very transient, that positions change, people move on. So we always make sure that they feel the love. But for the moment they come to us, we're saying, this is who we are. Come and meet the team. We've got Daisy, Holly, Annabelle, Maria, Lucy. It'll be one of them that sees you. You kind of know when you walk into a venue, it's not just how does the venue feel to you? It's how does that person greeting you feel? Do they seem like they care? Because if they can seem like they care at that moment, chances are they are still going to care on your wedding day.
Yeah, you're right. And I feel like it's a really bad indicator of service when a venue can't get that right, that first connection, that first
The
in-person.
first impression, yeah.
Yeah. And I've heard couples sort of almost make excuses and just go, oh, well, they just forgot that we were coming around, or they double booked us in, and that's fine. We'll wait another 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm always telling those couples, no, believe a vendor when they show you who they are up front.
That's it.
It's sort of like boyfriends,
Yeah.
They'll always show you who they are if you're, I don't know, smart enough to watch and listen and take it in. That's so good. That's so good. Okay, so getting the best deals might just be about finding a decent venue for starters, chatting with people, bit of a face-to-face, and asking the question, is there anything else couples can do to really maximise their short lead time wedding?
Very much trust your venue coordinator. I think that we tend to have planning meetings kind of 6 months out. So if they're booking 6 months out, we're going to be fast tracking that planning process, but we're going to be building your timeline as we're confirming your booking. We're going to be helping guide you through that process. I think we're far more hands-on as venue coordinators than normal venues. We certainly don't offer a full wedding planning service. So if that's what you're after and you want to take the stress out, absolutely book a wedding planner. There are some phenomenal ones out there. But utilize us to help make that journey easier. Chat with the florist, chat with your photographer. Everyone is there to help. And ultimately, we do weddings every single day, and this is the only one that you plan. So utilize our experience. You can get lost going down the TikTok rabbit holes, the Instagramming rabbit holes, and listening to everyone else's advice and saying, we must have a personalized scent. Yeah, if you want a personalized scent, it's lovely, but don't put that at the top of your priority list. That could definitely wait.
Yeah, you don't have time.
You don't have time.
Good vendors, trust the vendors. Do you think that there's value in the vendors that you recommend?
Yeah, I think supplier list is always a controversial thing, particularly if it's a commission-based supplier list.
Ooh.
We very much have our family supplier list. We don't take commission from them. And I've worked at venues where it absolutely worked to do that. But we recommend our suppliers because they know our venue inside and out. We know they care about the couples. We know that they want that day to be the most amazing day for our couples as much as we do. And we get a lot of people asking to go on our list, and we work with the basis they have to have worked here a few times. The team have to have got to know them. We kind of write up a post-event report about the suppliers and make sure that we love them. And it's very rare that we accept someone coming to us asking to be on supplier list. We're much more likely to invite someone to be on our list because that means we know we trust them, we love them. They will deliver an outstanding service to our couples day in, day out. And that's really important.
It's so important because it reflects back on you, right? When you recommend a vendor who might not be up to scratch. And so it's in your best interest as well. I just find sometimes, like, we don't really have the recommending vendors for commission kind of situation here. And if there are any, they remain very quiet about it because it's not accepted here, really.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's not on. But I mean, I can imagine maybe in some of the higher budget venues, it might be a thing. There might be a little bit of a kickback situation. But I think sometimes couples don't understand that you, for example, Daisy, would only recommend someone if you really, really like and trust them, because also it's your work day.
Yes.
Like, sure, put the couple aside, fine. Like, let's not talk about the service and everything for them. It's your work day. You're choosing the people who you're going to work beside on any particular weekend, right? So why wouldn't you have really good people?
We often get weddings where they've gone off list for everybody and we're working with completely new people, and it's a lot harder work for us. And I think it's harder work for the supplier as well because they don't know that they can work with us. When we've got kind of our dream team of our local recommended suppliers, we're like, great, this wedding is just going to be an absolute breeze. The couple are going to have the best day. They're not going to notice anything because things still go wrong, even on a perfect wedding day. Just the couple don't know it. We're all swans gliding gracefully on the surface and paddling furiously underneath.
Yes, but all moving in the same direction very gracefully.
Yes.
No, it's the best. It's the best. When you've got your dream team and everything's just, as you said, not really running smoothly, but you make it run smoothly.
Yeah.
Solve
They
the
have
problems.
no idea.
It's brilliant. So then getting down to the nuts and bolts then, Daisy, your 3 top lessons or cautionary tales, if you need, for couples planning a wedding in under 6 months. Like, what would you want couples to know before they dive in?
Because it's a shorter lead time, you have to come up with your top 3 yeses and your top 3 nos and stick to that throughout that process. What do you absolutely want to happen and what are you absolutely vehemently against, and see where you get to. That's number 1 for planning. Number 2 is pick your suppliers wisely. Pick your venue, pick your photographer, your florist, your cake maker. If you're asking great Aunt Mildred to make your wedding cake, make sure that she can actually make a wedding cake and it's not going to collapse on the day.
I'm sure Mildred's making delicious cakes though, Daisy.
Absolutely.
But wedding cakes are different.
Yeah. And number 3, remind yourself that this is one day about the 2 of you and that all of the stress will totally be worth it when you get to come home and say, that's my husband, that's my wife. And you just get to be happily married and make sure that you don't forget that a wedding is about a marriage.
Yeah, bit of perspective. Love it, Daisy. Any other bits of advice for these couples out there who are just, they don't know if they should do it, they don't know if they should dive in, they're a bit scared, they're a bit apprehensive? Anything else?
I would say you can absolutely plan a wedding in 6 months. It's not as scary as that sounds. There are so many people out there to support you and to make that journey easier. Equally, you can plan a wedding in 36 months. It's very much what is right for you as a couple, what is right for this period of your life, and what the outcome of all of that looks like.
That's great. Like, jump in, the water's fine.
Yeah, this is it.
Beautiful, Daisy. So for any of my listeners who might be in the UK, where can they find you?
So we are the Post Barn. We're in Newbury, Berkshire, and we are a purpose-built event space that can seat up to 150 people.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. You're on Instagram?
We're on Instagram. We've got Facebook, website. We're on TikTok. You see us doing some silly things on TikTok.
Yeah, nice. I'll make sure I link to you in the show notes as well, Daisy.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful night. Congratulations on your marriage.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Cheers, Daisy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That about wraps it up for this episode of the Unbridely podcast. For the links and resources we mentioned, please head to the show notes. And if you love the show, please review and subscribe on the podcast platform you're on now so you don't miss out on a single episode. Thanks so much for listening. And remember, weddings are a team sport. Catch you soon.